This video was brought to you by UniverseQuests. 10 Sahara desert animals thriving in North Africa. If you're picturing a sea of sand with nothing but heat waves and tumbleweeds, it's time to rethink the Sahara desert animals. The largest hot desert on the planet Earth is bursting with life, from lightning-fast insects to super chill mammals that defy the extremes of northern Africa. Let's explore some of the most remarkable creatures that call the Sahara home. These animals aren't just surviving, they're thriving in one of the harshest environments on the planet. Number 10. Dromedary Camel. Known as the ship of the desert, the Dromedary Camel is the ultimate Sahara survivalist. With one hump storing fat, not water, these mammals can go for long periods without a drink. They regulate body temperature and minimize water loss, making them desert endurance champions. The dromedary feeds on foliage and desert vegetation. Several adaptations, such as the ability to tolerate losing more than 30% of its total water content, allow it to thrive in its desert habitat. Mating occurs annually and peaks in the rainy season. Females bear a single calf after a gestation of 15 months. It is mainly active during daylight hours and forms herds of about 20 individuals, which are led by a dominant male. Number 9. Fennec Fox. This small fox with oversized ears uses its big radar dishes to dissipate heat and detect prey scurrying under the sand. Found throughout the Sahara Desert and surrounding regions, the Fennec Fox is well adapted to arid conditions, hunting rodents and insects in the cool of the night. The Fennec Fox mainly eats insects, small mammals and birds. It has a lifespan of up to 14 years in captivity and about 10 years in the wild. Pups are preyed upon by the pharaoh eagle owl. Both adults and pups may possibly fall prey to jackals and striped hyenas. Fennec families dig out burrows in the sand for habitation and protection, which can be as large as 120 square meters, and adjoin the burrows of other families. Precise population figures are not known, but are estimated from the frequency of sightings. These indicate that the Fennec Fox is currently not threatened by extinction. Knowledge of social interactions is limited to information gathered from captive animals. The Fennec Fox is commonly trapped for exhibition or sale in North Africa, and it is considered an exotic pet in some parts of the world. Number 8. Addax. The critically endangered Addax antelope is like a ghost of the Sahara. With spiral horns and pale coats that reflect sunlight, these animals live in arid areas with little vegetation. They eat desert plants and can survive on dew alone when water is scarce. The Addax is a critically endangered species of antelope, as classified by the IUCN. Although extremely rare in its native habitat due to unregulated hunting, it is quite common in captivity. The Addax was once abundant in North Africa, however it is currently only native to Chad, Mauritania and Niger. It is extirpated from Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Sudan and Western Sahara, but has been reintroduced into Morocco and Tunisia. Number 7. North African Ostrich. This isn't your average bird. The North African ostrich, also known as the red-necked ostrich, is the largest living bird and can sprint up to 43 miles per hour, 70 kilometers per hour. These giant birds are native to northern Africa and form large flocks for safety and efficiency. The North African ostrich was widespread from western to northeastern Africa. It used to range from Ethiopia and Sudan in the east, throughout the Sahel, to Senegal and Mauritania in the west, and north to Egypt and southern Morocco. It has now disappeared from large parts of this range, and it only remains in 6 of the 18 countries where it originally occurred. This subspecies may also have occurred in the Sinai Peninsula, where Arabian ostriches once lived. North African ostriches can be found in open fields and the savannas, especially in the Sahel of Africa. Number 6. Saharan Silver Ant. Need a superhero in the insect world? Meet the Saharan Silver Ant. These tiny speedsters only venture out in extreme heat when predators can't stand the scorching temperatures. Their reflective silver hairs help them stay cool and survive the desert oven. Largely due to the extremely high temperatures of their habitat, but also due to the threat of predators, the ants are active outside their nest for only about 10 minutes per day. The twin pressures of predation and temperature restrict their above-ground activity to within a narrow temperature band between that at which predatory lizards cease activity and the ant's own upper threshold. Number 5. West African Crocodile. Surprisingly, crocodiles live in the desert too. The West African crocodile hides out in rock crevices and desert oases. During dry seasons, they enter a dormant state called estivation, biding their time until water returns. Despite the long history of confusion, genetic testing has revealed that the two are not particularly close. The closest relatives of the Nile crocodile are the Crocodilus species from the Americas, while the West African crocodile is basal to the clade of Nile and American crocodiles know for. Dama Gazelle. This graceful antelope is another critically endangered species. Darma Gazelles are adapted to extreme terrain, staying hydrated with moisture from desert vegetation and dew. Habitat destruction and hunting are major threats to their survival. The Dama Gazelle is white with a reddish-brown head and neck. Both sexes usually have medium-length ringed horns, curved like an S. Males' horns are about 35 centimeters, 14 inches, long, while females' horns are much shorter. The head is small with a narrow muzzle, and the eyes are relatively large. It has a longer neck and longer legs than most gazelles. The Dama Gazelle is generally divided into 3 subspecies based on the color of the animal's back, flanks, and haunches. These 3 subspecies occupied 3 blocks running along the east-west axis of the gazelle's range. Number 3. African Silverbill. This tiny bird thrives in the dry savanna regions bordering the Sahara by forming large flocks and nesting near trees or shrubs. It's a classic example of how even desert animals need some greenery. African silverbills eat seeds from grasses and are known for their soft chirps. The African silverbill is approximately 10 centimeters in length with a long black pointed tail. The adult has a stubby silver-blue bill, finely vermiculated light brown upper parts, whitish underparts, black rump, and black wings. The species is widespread in savanna country, arid landscape with thorn bush, and grasslands with acacias or dry grassland. It may also be found in cultivated areas and dry grassland. The African silverbill feeds mostly on grass seeds, picked from the ground but also taken from the growing plants if available. It will cling to grass stems to take seeds from the inflorescences. Number 2. Blackfaced Firefinch. With a name as fiery as its plumage, this bird inhabits various regions across Africa, including savannas and open woodlands. It survives by feeding on seeds and small insects, often nesting in rock crevices to escape the brutal sun. An unusual and distinctive firefinch with very different male and female plumages. Males have a black face, while the colour of the underparts varies geographically from pale grey to pale pink to rosy red. Females are mostly grey-brown with a reddish tint to the underparts and a pale undertail, generally uncommon in woodland, grassland and thickets, often near water, sometimes mixes with other waxbills. The female is similar to other female firefinches, but is separated by its combination of a pale undertail and dark bill. The common calls are soft, repeated whistles. Number 1. Desert reptiles, snakes and lizards. Several species of snakes and lizards make the Sahara their home. These cold-blooded creatures use the sand and rocks to regulate their temperature. Some, like venomous species of vipers, are nocturnal and ambush prey after dark. That's it for today. We will meet with another interesting topic very soon.